Is you ready for me? 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 Spotless. Check it. Check it. Is you ready for me?
What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy, Cardinal Bud Crawford, or E.S. Red, if that's what you won't call me. And we are back for another. Alright, y'all, we got them new topics. Keyshawn Davis, Terence Crawford signed, ready, but Errol Spence Jr. is scary. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all, so Keyshawn Davis recently was tweeting at Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford some interesting things. Errol Spence Jr. responded quickly on this one, which is interesting in itself. But Errol Spence Jr. responded basically that you guys should be coming at my neck. I'm the #1 guy, but you are not on my level. And he was basically referring to Keyshawn when he's talking about you are not on my level.
Errol Spence, keep hyping your boy up. Because I got a boy for you, Earl. You know what he do? He stopped everybody. How about you tweet Terence Crawford? Because he on your ass.
Well, I think that's a shot at Terence Crawford as well. I've said it before that I feel like Errol Spence Jr. is just kind of having fun with all this. Because at the end of the day, for him, even if the Terence Crawford fight doesn't happen this year, it's giving free publicity to this whole situation. And it is building the fight up even more in the eyes of fans. And if they allow this fight to simmer until next year, it's going to be even bigger. I've asked the question in the past, will this fight be bigger than Maypac? And I got a mixed response. Some people said yeah, some people said no. But I felt like if this fight goes into a rematch or a trilogy, it has the potential to generate just as much or more than Maypac did. And I do believe if they strike when the iron is hot, I do feel like the iron is cooling down, because I think fans are getting tired of waiting for this fight to be made. They've anticipated it for so long, and the waiting part and not knowing if it's going to happen or not happen, I think is starting to rub fans the wrong way. But I do believe if they allowed this fight to simmer until next spring, next summer, it would explode at that point. Because the problem they're going to have, and I want to touch on another point as well, because I feel like, once again, going back to what I said earlier, I don't think Errol Spence cares whether the fight is made now or later, because it only benefits him, because everybody's talking about not only Terence Crawford but him as well. Most of the boxing world, most of the boxing conversation outside of 130, 135, I think, you know, a little bit of heavyweight, a little bit of middleweight, I do believe that the focus of the boxing world is back on the welterweight division. Even with the retirement of Floyd Mayweather, the retirement of Miguel Cotto, the retirement of Manny Pacquiao, the retirement of all these superstar welterweights that were out there at one point not too far in the past. And I feel like now, once again, the spotlight has reemerged on the welterweight division. And all this is doing is shining a bigger light on Errol Spence Jr., who is now the 3-time welterweight champion and really the king of the welterweight division when you look at it. Now, I know a lot of people want to place Terence Crawford on top of that Mount Rushmore of new welterweights because of what he's done in the past and being unified in the past. But what Errol Spence in turn is doing is shining a bigger spotlight on himself by, even if he is holding out. I never said he wasn't holding out, but I don't know the reason why he would be holding out when he has all the leverage. This is what people don't seem to understand. There's no reason for Errol Spence to hold out on this fight. He already has 90 to 95% of the leverage in this fight. Terence Crawford has 5 because he holds 1 title, but Errol Spence has the majority. So he could hold out and sweeten the pot another year figure if he knows if he waits to a certain point that he can get a higher dollar amount for the fight. I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on behind the scenes with these contract negotiations. He's in the fight, so he knows what's going on. You know, PBC is making the fight. He knows what the numbers are, what they will be if he waits, and what they will be if he doesn't wait. So I don't feel like at any point that he cares if the fight is made now or later. That depends solely on the amount of money that can be generated. But since the focus is mainly on the welterweight division in boxing right now, I mean, he could be holding out just to get more free publicity. And, you know, it's becoming tactical at this point. I'm not saying Errol Spence is holding out. I don't know who is holding out. I do know that whatever contract they had got sent back to clean up wording. Now, once again, we don't know if that wording pertains to money, venue, yada, 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 yada. But obviously that wording is enough to hold the fight up. So it might be neither one of these guys are holding the fight up. And they're both just playing the publicity role at the moment. Put it this way, both of these guys are benefiting on everybody talking about them. So why would they care if the fight happens now or 6 months from now, as long as everybody keeps talking about it? I don't think that it's a matter of when the fight happens. At this point, I think it's a matter of getting the right dollar amount. And both of these guys are holding out for, hey, more money. If this guy can hold out and get more money, then I can hold out and get more money. So I'm not really going to blame it on either fighter at this point. I want to say they're taking advantage of the free publicity at this point. But it benefits Errol Spence Jr. more because not only is Terence Crawford talking about him, the young fighters are talking about him, the older fighters that want to get back in the spotlight of the fans are talking about him, and fighters a weight class above him are talking about him because he's the big fish at 147. He has the majority of the belts. He's getting the majority of the spotlight. And most people believe he is the best welterweight out there because, hey, he's proved that he is by winning titles. At the end of the day, I think that Errol Spence will prove that he's the best welterweight out there by beating Terence Crawford. And by all of this, you know, hoopla going on surrounding this fight, I think he benefits twice if he wins. He gets a tenfold, maybe even, benefit because of all the free publicity that is surrounding this fight. Everybody keeps saying they're not promoting the fight. They're not promoting the fight. No, what you're missing is they're not spending their dollars to promote the fight. We're promoting the fight for them. You know, YouTube has surpassed cable TV and regular TV already anyway. So as long as the YouTubers and the YouTube world is talking about it, the fight is being promoted, and it's being promoted in a huge way. You don't really have to check around for the Errol Spence Terence Crawford news on YouTube. It's right in front of your face. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, but you're more than likely to get a response on the tube. So holler at me over there if you want a response. It's your boy, a Cardinal, a Bud Crawford, a E.S. Red, if that's what you want to call me, and we are Manny.
Yeah.